friends, I hope you all are well at your home. Okay, today we are going to start the topic diversity in the living world. As we know that the chapter 1 of first year class in biology, the living world is going on, and we have read about the characteristics of living things. There were 4 characteristics which we have read: growth, reproduction, consciousness and metabolism. Moving further, today we are going to start diversity in the living world. What is biodiversity? The word diversity means variety. When the bio word is added to it, means the variety in living beings. How we can say that? The variety in living world is known as biodiversity. And there are about 1.7 to 1.8 millions of organisms on the earth, which are of different size, different shapes, different characteristics. So there is a large variety of living world on our earth. For example, microbes. We can't see them through our naked eyes. An ant, so small. An elephant, so big. Whale, so much big. So there is a variety. There are the variety in plants also. So diversity, biodiversity means variety in living world. Now to keep them in our memory, we have to give a specific name to them. As we are giving name to our pets, we are giving names to our siblings, our parents give us some name. Why? Just to identify ourselves. Similarly, there are so many organisms, and to identify them, we have to give name to them, and that naming process is known as nomenclature or namkaran, we can say in Hindi. So nomenclature, why it is done? It is done for the identification. And we know that 2 types of organisms are there: plants and animals. Plant comes under which category? Under botany. And animals come under which category? Under zoology. So there are 2 organizations which are made on international level, that is ICBN and ICZN. These 2 organizations, what they do? They give name to the organism. International code for nomenclature. So they are giving name to the plants. What is the function of ICZN? International code for zoological nomenclature, means they are giving name to the animals. So 2 types of organization are there. What is their function? To give the name or to nomenclature the organism on the basis of plants and animals. The third point is binomial nomenclature. Nomenclature we have understood. This means to name. And what is the meaning of binomial? Bi means 2 and nomial means naming. When the naming is done on the basis of 2 points. What are the 2 points? These 2 points are generic name and specific name. Generic name means genus and specific name means species. When the naming is done on the 2 points, that is known as binomial nomenclature, means on the basis of genus and species. For example, Magnifera indica. It is the scientific name of mango. What is the scientific name of mango? Magnifera indica. Magnifera represents the genus and indica represents the species. So 2 names are there. That's why this process is known as binomial nomenclature. And who has given this nomenclature? It was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, he was the scientist who has given this nomenclature. Here I have given the rules how we have to nomenclate a organism. Here I have written same Magnifera indica. It is the scientific name of mango. Magnifera indica, it is showing binomial nomenclature. The first name of genus should be in capital letter. Rest all these things should be in small letter. And the first alphabet of the species should be in small letter. This is the first rule. Second is it should be written in italics. It should be written in running handwriting or in italics. If you are not able to write, then we have to underline it differently. Okay. The first one is showing genus and the second part is showing species. These are the rules for binomial nomenclature. Now we have to classify the organism also according to their characteristics. Why we need classification? We need classification to identify the organism. So classification is a process by which anything is grouped on the basis of characters. As we have read in previous classes, arthropods, what are their characteristics? They have jointed legs, they have compound eyes, their body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. All those organisms, those who are having these types of characteristics, are kept in one group that is known as arthropods. So these are the features on the basis of which we are doing the classification, that is characters. Next point is taxonomy. The process of classification is known as taxonomy. Means how we are doing the classification on the basis of characters, on the basis of colors, on the basis of shape and size. All these things are processed in a book, and these all are done by international organization, and this process of classification is known as taxonomy. The last point is systematic. Systematic means the arrangement of organisms on the basis of evolution. As we have read in the phylums, firstly which phylum has come? Protozoa, then Porifera, then Coelenterata. In this way phylums are getting upgraded. So this systematic way of the arrangement of the organism is known as systematics. So that's all for today. I hope you all have understood. We will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care. Bye.